Welcome back to the Out of Bounds podcast. I'm Gavin Williams alongside
Charlie Calieri.
And today we are dipping into a little of everything. We're going to dip into some NFL, recap with some of the draft that happened. Then we're going to recap some of the Stanley Cup playoffs that are happening, some of the NBA playoffs that are happening. But just to start us off, Charles, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I could be better.
I think both of us could be.
Both of us could be better. We will get into that in a little bit, though. I don't want to spoil it too bad. But honestly, there's a lot going good in the world right now.
Yeah.
So, or at least in our world right now. So, not too much to complain about. Some great sports that are going on. It's one of the best sports times of the year.
It is.
Before we do get into the episode, though, about the NFL, NBA, NHL, I want to go back to the collegiate level and talk about something that is near and dear to everybody's heart that maybe is listening, your heart, my heart, and college basketball fans' heart. March Madness has announced yesterday that they are, and the NCAA has announced that they're expanding the tournament to 76 teams.
76.
And
disgusting.
Just a travesty.
Yeah.
To the game of basketball, to the game of college basketball,
awful,
and to collegiate athletics. Shame on you, NCAA. Shame
trying to
on
get some
you.
more money, and it's just sad.
The most perfect sporting event
ever
you could possibly have. It was perfect. The only thing that was kind of bad about it was the first four, but even that was fine. It was a little taste.
It still worked.
It was a little taste that it was giving you. Now it's the first 16.
I don't know.
First 12?
I don't know what they're going to do.
No, thank you. 8 more teams that gets rid of the bubble. I don't want to get into it too deep, but all I want to say is shame on you, NCAA.
Yeah, shame on the NCAA for that. That's absolute blasphemy. I still can't believe. When I read that yesterday, I was just beyond pissed.
Disbelief.
I was so
I believe
so
it, but I'm
pissed.
in disbelief, kind of thing. So,
because I remember we were talking about that just a couple of weeks ago about what they would expand to, and I don't think either of us said 76. We said 72. I don't think we said 76.
I don't know. 70. I'm just interested to see how the bracket's going to work. What seeds get extended. There's a lot of questions to be had with the NCAA tournament now. I'm sure that maybe it's just going to be every 16 and every 11 is going to be a plan. Maybe that's what it's going to be.
Maybe.
But regardless, there is going to be expansion to the March Madness tournament. And man, just tough to see.
Just sad.
But let's get into some good stuff here.
Yeah.
Let's get into the NFL. First of all, the NFL draft wrapped up Saturday.
Saturday, yeah.
With the 3 days of the NFL draft being in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh showed out for the
did.
draft.
300,000 people, I think I read.
Yeah.
That's just about half of what Lambeau did last year, though. Just want to point it out.
They did really well, though. I feel like the energy was there.
It was great
for the crowd most of the time.
Even a guy snuck up on the stage.
Yeah.
Tried announcing his own pick.
That was
crazy.
Let's just get into it. What do you overall thoughts about the draft? You got an article you got pulled up. I got one that got pulled up right now.
The article I pulled up, it's shout out to Bleacher Report. Let's see if I can get an author on here. Mo Moten. Shout out Mo Moten. I liked pulling up, some of the biggest surprises that happened in the draft, and this was really great. So I'm gonna talk about that. I'll also talk about, I think the Green Bay Packers had a great draft. I just want to give a shout out to Brian Gutekunst, Matt LaFleur, everybody that's in the office right there right now. Ed Policy. Great draft by these guys. And I want to give a huge shout for grabbing Trey Smack. Get to know his name because he is going to be our new kicker. And
smacked.
Get smacked by Smack.
Wow.
So I don't think I've ever been so happy in my life for ever drafting a kicker or a special team position in my life. That was our biggest need, honestly. Yeah. And I like what we did. I'm not going to talk too much about it, though, because we didn't have any first-round picks. But we did select Micah Parsons for the next 2 years, which I'm very happy about. I can live with that.
You can hold on to that for next year as well. Save that, put that in the back pocket.
it's on the back
revisit
burner.
That. Let's start right at the top of the draft, though, with the Raiders. Number 1 overall pick. No surprise there.
Nope.
Fernando Mendoza at home with his family. It was a great moment, great ringtone that he had, too, on his phone. It's just the most Fernando.
It's the most Fernando ringtone.
Moment. And then, immediately goes to Vegas, and then he starts dropping F-bombs. I mean, what's going on here? Already updated his LinkedIn.
He did.
He's done everything.
Officially employed again. He was very excited about being employed.
Yeah, that's true. Great for him. I mean, great for the Raiders. I mean, it's just he's such a refreshing personality to have in football specifically, because you get a lot of these personalities in basketball for sure. In the NBA, we have a ton of upbeat guys that are they're fun guys, and I feel like the football players, they're more the calm and maybe more reserved players. And seeing Fernando being this positive, upbeat guy that always wants to have everything out there, it's cool to see. And it's for the Raiders specifically, like the darkest team.
They needed it.
You know what I mean? Like the black hole. Like like Fernando going there. It's just going to be a good fit, I think. Yeah, and Kirk Cousins there too. So
he is, and that'll be good for him to adjust.
Yeah, Vegas, tough place to probably live, but not for him. So they're building some good things in Vegas. Let's go down here to the draft board real quick. Stop me when you want to talk about a guy, all right? Number 2 to the New York Jets, they took David Bailey out of Texas Tech. Maybe not the... I don't know. I
wasn't surprised.
They were going to go with him. I know Jets fans do not love the pick, but there was other picks that they were more mad about, and we will talk about that right now.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you right here because I know exactly where you're going.
Number 3, Arizona Cardinals, Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
It's a prize pick, 3rd pick overall.
We talked about it last week, and you said if they want to get jersey sales, if they want to get people in the crowd, they're going to go and they're going to reach for a pick. And that's exactly what they did. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think they needed to at all. I mean, I think they need a lot more other things for even Jeremiah Love to work out. So I think it wasn't a great pick. But, I mean, it's a tough talent to leave up on the board. I get it. But I don't know. I think that they could have gone with an Arvel Reese. Maybe. I don't know. He fell pretty far, too.
Okay, so...
they still have James Conner.
Well, so this is my, question with them is you have all these guys on the board, and Jeremiah Love is a great player.
Yeah.
Great player. I don't know if he was projected to go number 3 anywhere.
Not that I ever saw.
Yeah, so
no.
Maybe number 4 to the Titans, but after that, he was kind of falling a little bit. So getting him at number 3 to that team and not going and trading back and getting more value is just a little questionable for me. Maybe they knew that Tennessee was going to go with him at 4, and maybe that was their thought, but I don't know. For me personally, I looked up Cardinals running back room, okay? That is honestly their deepest position. So I don't know why they really went out and got a Jeremiah Love when this past offseason they signed Tyler Algier.
I forgot they signed him.
They still have James Conner. They still have Trey Benson. They still have Bam Knight. They have some good, really good running backs. They have 5 quality. I'm not saying they're all great. 5, and Jeremiah Love is probably going to be better than all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's still a crowded room.
Yeah.
And the guys coming into that room, I don't know, some great vets in that room that can help him. But Tyler Algier probably didn't expect to be, sharing the ball with this many guys again. I don't know. So it's just a questionable pick for me. On the outside looking in, I think he's a great player. I think it's going to work out for him. Mm-hmm. But it's just I feel like you're wasting resources here. I think that's all I'm saying. Yeah. So maybe because they know that they're not going to have a QB in Jacoby Brissett that's going to really want to throw the ball deep down the field, maybe they're just going to try to go with these little dunk and dip. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of anything right now with what the Cardinals are thinking.
I don't know.
But right now they have 3 starting running backs. So that's not a usual strategy.
It's usually not. I mean, I'm ready to move on. I'm too much of a reach.
Baffled by that.
It's not. I'm taking away from Jeremiah Love. I'm just taking away from the Cardinals.
That's what I'm. Yeah, it's not about him.
It's about the Cardinals.
It's about the Cardinals, but it's about the other guys. I think. Obviously, James Conner may be on his way out soon, but nonetheless, it's still there. They're all there for another year.
Yeah.
Carnell Tate going number 4 to the Tennessee Titans.
This one's kind of shocked me, but then again, when we saw it, you mentioned to me last week that you wouldn't be surprised if they go try to pair up. Cam Moore was his number 1 guy, so I think that was a good pick. Was it a little soon?
Yeah.
They could have, same thing with Arizona. I think they could have traded back a couple spots. But
they could have. I feel like they could have, but all these teams I feel like that are below them feel like it's kind of a weird draft in the sense of, and I didn't really think about this, it's like the team that's below every other team has the same need as the team above them.
Yeah, it was a weird.
So it's like you want to just get a guy kind of thing, which these are the drafts that always turn out to be the bust drafts. So it's those are interesting to see. I'm not saying any of these guys will be, but yeah, knowing that the first 2 picks are going to be there, the Titans really only had to project 1 pick in front of them. So they kind of basically had a decision between if Jeremiah Love's there, we take Jeremiah Love. If he's gone, we'll shift him. We'll go get a guy for for Cam Ward to want to go get. Maybe Cam Ward was all in on Carnell Tate the whole time.
Maybe he was.
We don't know that. Maybe that was their guy the whole time. We don't know. I think it's going to be a good little pairing for them too. I did say it last week that you need a guy with the young QB like Joe Burrow, you know, and T. Higgins that first year to go and build that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be interesting to see in Tennessee. New uniforms.
Yeah.
Number 5, Arvell Reese.
I was surprised he fell that far, but great pick.
The Giants, yeah.
Great pick by the Giants.
Number 6, the Chiefs trading up and getting,
that's
Delane from LSU. I mean, what?
Yeah, Mansour Delane. What a great pick from the Chiefs. What a way to trade up and just get ballsy. When you know that you're win now mode, you go for it, and that's exactly what they did. Huge shout out to the Chiefs and huge respect for the Chiefs for realizing what they need and what they need now to keep winning.
Yeah, good on them. Some teams do not do that. Number 7, Sonny Styles, your guy. Going
my
to play
guy
in Washington. He said you said last week he wanted to go play in quote Dallas or New York would be cool, end quote. But he ends up in the division rival in Washington. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's great for him. I'm excited for him. He's gonna be great there. That was the spot that I did choose for him to go when we were going through a mock draft. So
makes sense.
Super hyped for him. Great fit. Now just go to the Capitol, man. Go enjoy it.
Yeah.
They're gonna have the new stadium, and he's gonna be able to ball out in it.
Yeah, new uniforms too.
Yeah,
he's gonna look clean in those. Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver. I love this pick from Arizona State. I love this pick for the New Orleans Saints. This is one of my favorite. I know people are kind of, whatever. I think they took him too high. I think it's the same situation with the Cardinals with Jeremiah Love. You go and get a guy that you want to help develop. I think Tyler Shaw played really well last year with Chris Olave. Getting rid of Raheed Shaheed, I think really proved that they wanted to go out and get a wide receiver this year, and they got their guy. So I don't know. I think. What do you think about Jordan Tyson going there?
I think Jordan Tyson is not that great. I think this was just, and I'm saying every position, this was a bad draft. It just was. That's just at the end of this.
But that's what I'm saying. I think
the end of the story.
Not like,
I mean, I don't know. I just still think that there was guys there that you let go, like a Caleb Downs. They have a lot of other position needs where I don't know. I like it for the fact that let him grow with Chuck because he's awesome, but I don't know if Jordan Tyson was the guy you wanted to reach on there.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, no, I get that for sure. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like that development sometimes, and I feel like
he has a tough time with the contested catch too. And it's like when you have a tough time with the contested catch.
Well, they got Chris Olave though. He is one of the better guys. I don't know. I think it's a better. They were thinking about the fit solely. I don't think they were thinking about their draft slot. I think they were saying this is the guy
what a lot of teams
that fits our team the best, and we just happen to be drafting here.
Yeah.
The Saints are one of those teams that it's once again, this was a weird NFL season. Teams were not where they were projected to be or quote supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
The Saints were supposed to be at the top of this draft. So now, projected at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Now they were competing actually for a division title late in the season somehow.
Yeah.
Or the playoff spot late in the season somehow. So I think for them, they think we're 1 year away from, getting to the playoffs or whatever. Let's just go get a guy that can help us get there. Maybe they thought that, I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't think Caleb Downs is going to help you, but maybe they thought that the offensive side of the ball, they do have Kellen Moore as their head coach, would be a better help. That's all I'm saying, I guess.
True.
But I totally agree with you. I do think it was a little bit of a reach, and he isn't the best wide receiver that maybe they could have went out and got. So just
we'll see though.
Interesting though, and see how that develops. Spencer Fano, interesting intro that he had with the Cleveland Browns, the O tackle.
I like that pick.
Going there, yeah. A lot of trades, and this was a weird time for the trades.
Yeah.
But Francis Mwanga went to the Giants,
great
the O
pick.
tackle. Great pick for them. Jerry Jones getting aggressive, moving up here to number 11, drafting Caleb Downs.
Great pick.
Amazing pick.
Great pick. I'm just glad that this wasn't the Packers pick. That would have made me feel a little worse. But the fact that this was their own pick,
and they went up,
it makes me feel better. That's a great pick. He's gonna fit greatly there.
Caden Proctor, Alabama O tackle, going to the Dolphins. Another interesting pick for
the
Dolphins.
A reach.
I feel like they made a lot of trades. They have a new GM. I think he just wanted to try to make a splash. He made 2 trades in the first round. reached on a few guys.
They didn't get a wide receiver in the first 2 rounds, though, and that's what they needed the most out of any position.
Yes, they did. Number
He's
13,
got a brand new quarterback. He has nobody to throw to.
Speaking of quarterback, number 13, the most surprising pick of the first round.
Wow.
Ty Simpson going to the L.A. Rams.
McVay was not happy about this.
McVay was not
one.
very happy. This was just such an interesting pick right here. Do you have any thoughts about this?
I think, because I've lived it, so I get it. For Rams fans out there, I get it. I've lived this pick. This was Jordan Love back then, so I know what it feels like. You're one piece away, and what do? They draft a quarterback. I get it.
Yeah.
It sucks, but it works. And I think if there's a guy in this draft to do it, it would be Ty Simpson. So I think it's a good pick, but I also think they could have traded back. It was what we were talking about earlier. I guess it was just the draft where I guess you just drafted where you were because you were there. And I think that's what they had that pick in mind the whole time.
And they already traded back once at that point, so they probably obviously didn't want to draft Ty Simpson at 11 or 9 or wherever they were at before, or 10. But moving back to 13 made it a little bit more palatable, I guess, for fans.
Yeah.
Maybe. But you still have guys on the board like Ruben Bain. Who's down there? You still have Caleb Banks down there. You still have Mekhi Lemon down there. There's just some guy. I don't know. There was guys down there that they could have went and got. I guess maybe they just don't fit the team.
Maybe
obviously
they don't
wide
fit.
receiver they don't really need. But they don't need quarterback. So it's just an interesting pick. Obviously Stafford said he still wants to be there for at least next season and probably a little bit beyond that, maybe 2 seasons they can get out of him. I don't know. I think it's a good move anytime that you can go get a quarterback and develop him. Especially a guy like Ty Simpson coming from an Alabama where, he was developing for a little bit, then played really well. So he can do that again. He can try to develop and then go in and play right away. And they don't want Stetson Bennett to be their quarterback in the future. So I think it's a good pick by the Rams. Not great.
Yeah, I'll agree there.
We have Ione going to the Ravens. Sorry, I don't know why.
I thought that was a good pick.
I don't know why I blanked on the Ravens logo right there. Going to the Ravens. Ruben Bain.
This is where, he should have never fallen this far. I mean, I know everything that's being said about his arms and whatnot. You still don't let a guy like this fall that far. And I think
that's so strong.
That's great, and he's great with leverage. And I think that's a big thing in the NFL. And that's a big piece for the Tampa Bay defense that they could really use. So I'm really pumped for him in Tampa.
Yeah, we'll talk about this next pick, and then we'll kind of rapid fire through. Kenyon Sadiq, the Oregon tight end, going up to the Jets.
Yeah, wow.
And this is a series of Jets picks that just did not land well. Actually, it's funny enough, this pick lined up with the Knicks getting a buzzer beater hit on them. So there were some Jets fans that were not very happy at the time when these picks went. This is still a good pick, though, I think, for them. He's a stud. He's a stud, but I understand the frustration where it's just like for the Jets, I totally understand. It's just like going out and getting a guy that you're reaching too high on. He's a tight end. Like, he could be a good player.
I still thought Mason Taylor's a stud, too. I'm not going to lie.
But, yeah, so it's like I don't know.
Didn't they get another tight end in the draft, too?
It's just questionable drafts after questionable drafts for the AFC East teams, all 4 of them. I want to touch on the Bills a little bit here. I was so disappointed. I was like, coming off, it was Thursday night. Sabres just won game 3. It was great. Great game. And then, flip over to the NFL draft. The Bills picks in what was it, 8 picks, I think. I'm like, oh, great. I'll stay up for a little bit and watch, whatever. Stayed up, whatever, gets to the pick. Pick is in. Great, let's go. Who's going to be our guy, right? Traded pick. What? Again? That's what I said. I was like, again? Like, we're doing this again. Like, really? Whatever. All right, well, I can wait 3 picks. That's okay, right? Pick comes up. Pick is in. All right, finally, we got our guy. Traded pick again. What? Again? And I'm looking at my dad. I'm like, this guy is I said choice words that I cannot say on this podcast.
I bet, man.
And then,
I bet.
Don't even imagine what happened the 3rd time that I saw pick is in. And I said to myself, there's no way that they did it 3 times in a row. I said that right when the pick came in. And then right away, pick traded. And we traded out of the 1st round. Yep. It's just like year after year with this guy, the best move, Brandon Beane, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
The best move that he's ever made in his career was what?
Diggs?
Trading up and drafting Josh Allen.
Oh, okay.
Trading up
Yeah.
and drafting
I know that was
Josh
him.
Allen. Trading up and drafting Josh Allen. The first two words of that, trading up.
Yeah.
Now, every other time that you've traded down, man, it has not worked out for us. So
No.
why would you continue to do it? It makes no sense to me. We don't need 15 rookies on the team.
No.
We don't need 15 rookies on the team. I think that's because you couldn't go out and get people maybe this offseason. And
so
we
now
don't
you're trying
have
to make
people
up
on the
for it.
roster.
Yeah.
But it's just frustrating. And then the Bills were posting memes about it. People are like, you see, like they were like, I don't even know. They were posting like, oh, we have more picks now, or like memes like that.
Oh.
Just didn't sit well with the fans. So the Bills are in bad favor with everybody right now, and the Sabres are just the godsend. So interesting there from Brandon Beane. What are your thoughts on that from an outside perspective?
I think he's an idiot.
Thank you.
I mean, just being straight up, I think that he shouldn't have.
He's an idiot.
I don't think he should have been brought back last year either. I think that it was time for him to go. Thought Terry made a bad move of bringing him back. I never thought he should be the GM even in this draft.
I think it should have been if they're both gone. They both came in together. They should leave together. It's usually how that works, at least. Didn't happen this time. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, but I do have faith in the guys that we drafted. I mean, I feel like we did have he is a great late round drafter. I will say that. Or not great. He's a good late round drafter. We have found, like Christian Benford was a 6th round pick. Like, who finds that kind of talent? But stuff like that, it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
Every year, waiting up to watch the draft, and you think that you're gonna just be like, okay, we're gonna just get a guy. It just doesn't happen. Every year we trade out of the first round. It's just frustrating.
It's just routine.
So
yeah.
Let's move on out of the NFL here. Unless you got anything else that you want to touch on.
I just thought the story about Mekhi Lemon was really funny.
Oh yeah.
About he's on the phone with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then the Eagles traded up to pick in front of the Steelers to draft him, and they couldn't get a hold of him, so they had to call his agent, and then who was also trying to be like, hey, like Philly just traded up and got you, and he's like still on the phone with the Steelers. Like, wow, that was hilarious. I think the Browns did a great job with their wide receiver room.
Yeah,
I think that was great.
Getting Concepcion was a great
and
move.
Denzel Boston.
Yep.
Both great moves. And then there was notable falls in the draft, and then obviously we saw guys like Diego Pavia not even get drafted.
Yeah,
and we saw like Garrett Nussmeier fall to 7th. Like, he was not a 7th round pick.
He's with the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he went to the Chiefs. Pavia, obviously falling out of the draft, is a big little story that we got here. Now he got an invitation to the Ravens camp.
Yeah.
For mini camp or whatever. So that'll be interesting to see him there. It just goes to show how it's one of those bad cases where it makes NIL look terrible.
Yeah, it does.
Where player compensation shouldn't be given to players. He's just the poster boy for that, I guess.
Yeah.
He such a big ego, great talent, Heisman finalist obviously, but just can't get it together in his head. So somebody's got to
have an agent either.
Yeah, he represents himself. He doesn't want anybody taking 5% of what he. People are like 5%, man. Like that's a pretty good rate for an agent.
Yeah.
But he wants to do what Pavia does, and maybe it'll work out for him. I don't know, but
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm not rooting against the guy.
I like Pavia. I really do. It's just his ego.
He's somebody's got to reach
he
out
messed
to
up.
him.
Yeah, he just messed up the most, I think, when he said F the voters for the Heisman.
It's just disrespectful. Man.
Yeah.
It's just.
But yeah, I'm ready to steer ships if you are too.
Yeah. Let's get into the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, which have been phenomenal.
I just want to point something out before we even get into it. This is with both leagues, actually. The fact that we're officially a week and a couple days.
Week and a half.
Yeah, week and a half, give or take a week and a half. And we only have 2 teams from each league that moved on. I mean, that's when you know there's just like it's a good playoff year so far. I mean, am I sad that my team isn't one of the 2 teams to move on? Yeah, but as a sports fan,
a lot of series left for everybody.
Yeah, but as a sports fan, exactly, as a sports fan, this is great to see when only 2 teams from each league are moving on so far. I mean, there's definitely gonna be more moving on tonight, but I'm just saying by right now.
I totally agree with you. As we are recording this, the only 2 teams in the NHL that are moving on, one from the West, one from the East. Colorado taking down the LA Kings in a 4-0 sweep, which we did expect.
We did.
And then the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Ottawa Senators in a 4-game sweep.
But those were challenging 4-game
we
sweep.
Did expect, but we had faith in the Senators.
I thought the Sens were going to steal one.
That could push them. Maybe
they did push them, though.
And they did. They played 4 very close games against them. 2 overtime games,
yep.
I'm pretty sure. And then one goal regulation game, and then another game that ended with an empty net. So they played them close the whole series. Brady Tkachuk said it after the game. He said, or after the series was over, he's like, it just hurts so bad knowing that we played so close in every game, and they all could have went our way. And the one game was a crazy overtime game that could have definitely went their way.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, 4-0 sweep didn't go their way. And Carolina, as most expected, is going to be moving on to the second round to face the winner of the Pittsburgh-Philly series, which let's get into that right now.
Yeah. So I mean, Philly went out hot, 3-0. Yep. And they blew them out almost every game.
It was looking dominant, and Sidney Crosby, I kept seeing him after every game. He said, we just got to stick with it. We got to stick like he is, the cool, calm, collected guy. And, I was kind of doubting him a little bit.
I was too.
And then these last 2 games, the Penguins have really turned it on.
They went off.
Now they have to go back to Philly, though, for Game 6, which is going to be a really, once again, the rivalries that are developing either within these games or developing throughout these games, like this one.
Yeah.
It's just incredible to see, once again, the Pennsylvania battle.
It is great.
The black and gold versus the black and orange.
Yep.
Even though they're still wearing those awful yellow jerseys.
Why?
It's terrible. That's one of the reasons why.
Are those alternates?
So those are their alternate jerseys, like the Stars as well. Last night they're wearing their black and green Star jerseys.
Yeah, I saw those, yeah.
They get to opt to wear, you have to wear one home jersey, designate one jersey for your home jersey and one for your away jersey every postseason, and you can't switch up from it. So Pittsburgh decided to go with that for
the whole postseason.
The whole playoffs. So that's why I'm rooting against Pittsburgh in this first round.
Wow.
And I was hoping Philly would just get it done in 4 so I didn't have to see Pittsburgh come back home.
Yeah.
And watch them play again. Game 5 in the yellows, but that's the case. I enjoyed games 3 and 4 watching in Philly when they were in the whites. That was a great jersey matchup right there.
Yeah, it is.
But nonetheless, this series is going to 6. Do you think that Pittsburgh could complete the 3-0 sweep or 3-0 comeback, or do you think Philly gets it done in 6 or Game 7 back in Pittsburgh?
I think if Philly doesn't get it done in 6, they don't win in 7. But if Philly wins, I think Philly's gonna win. But if they don't, they're losing the whole thing. So I think they either win. Was it tonight? Yeah, it's either they win tonight or they lose everything. That's how I think it goes.
All right, I like that too. Yeah, I think Philly closed this out. You got to win 1 of 2. So that's the mindset you got to have. Before it was 1 of 4.
Yeah.
And you still have to win 1 of 4. It's kind of how they still have to think about it. But now it's just 1 of 2.
Mm-hmm.
You got to simplify the series when you're up. Mm-hmm. You can't complicate it more than it already is, especially when your back's up against the wall and you're leading. It's always tough. But Pittsburgh, I think, is in a good spot here to come back in the series. But I agree with you. I think Philly moves on. Let's go to the upper part of that, the Atlantic Division. Let's start with Tampa and Montreal.
Yeah. Great series so far, man.
We knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
These have been 2 teams that I was scared to play in the playoffs, in the first round, I'll say. And just because of how good they are.
Yeah.
Because we knew how good they were, and we see it now. These 2 teams back and forth. One of the best series of the first round right here.
Yeah,
it's really hard to rank what series are the best and what are the worst.
It's tough.
And whatever.
It's tough. I do have my rankings for top 2, but
okay. I'd like to hear that from your outside perspective.
Yeah,
because obviously for me, mine's a little. I don't even know, because I would say that the Sabres is probably my least favorite series, just because it's the most stressful for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But let's talk about Tampa Montreal right now.
Tampa is
2-2.
is my favorite right now. My second favorite is Dallas and Minnesota, which I did predict both those series were going to be great. So that feels good for my take from last week. But yeah, man, this 2-2, but they're all like weird games. It's really interesting.
Yeah, they're playing a lot of close games. Once again, as we expected with these 2 teams. The way that they look, though, consistently, I think Montreal looks better than Tampa.
I do too, overall.
Which is shocking to me because Tampa has so much experience. Montreal got there last year, didn't really work out for them, so they do have experience, but nonetheless, Montreal has looked better for the most part of this series. So for me, them having 2 of the last 3 games at home It's
That's
going to
scary,
be
man.
a 3-game series. Now, that's how you got to think about
Yep,
it. 3-game series. They have 2 of the 3 at home. That crowd is crazy.
They're going
in
nuts this
Montreal.
year, too.
They play tomorrow, Friday, at 7 p.m. That's going to be a game to watch.
They play tonight.
No, Montreal and Tampa.
It says April 29th.
Oh,
Today's
I'm on the
29th.
wrong day. That was game 6. My bad.
They play tonight,
Yeah, they do play tonight at 7 o'clock.
right in Tampa.
I think the Canadians still take the series.
I think they take it in 6.
They've been looking
I
better.
think they win in Tampa tonight, and I think they win in Montreal.
They close it out in Montreal.
Montreal.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
What is it? Would that be Saturday game?
Friday. That's what I was looking. I was looking at Friday.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think they close it out in Montreal on Friday.
Yeah, the mic was blocking the game 5. So sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be a great series to watch. Let's get into my series now.
Yeah.
The Sabres
I did not know
versus the Bruins.
that this rivalry even existed.
Yeah.
But it's been my favorite one to watch when it comes just to fighting. And like they're entertaining games, but man, there's nothing better when a playoff series gets really chippy. And out of all these series, this is the most chippy series I've watched.
By far.
I love it.
It's how we play. We get under team skins. They get under our skin. We retaliate, and we don't back down. I think after last year, that was a big lesson that we learned with our team is when a guy gets knocked down, you don't just let it happen.
Yeah.
You gotta go fight for it. So 3-2 in the series. The Sabres are up. It's been a fun series so far. It's been a stressful series. It's a lot different being a neutral fan, being in the playoffs and watching the games. You know, last night watching the game, up 3-1, feeling good. You're at home.
Mm-hmm.
You got everything going
Want
for
to close
you.
it out. Go up 1-0.
You score
Yeah.
3 minutes into the game, feeling good, feeling great. Actually, felt a little too great. I think. Let me just say that Jeremy Swayman is a brick wall.
He played phenomenal yesterday.
We were talking about it during the game. Without Jeremy Swayman on that team, and there is no disrespect to the Bruins team because they could still come back and win this series. I have no doubt about that. But without Jeremy Swayman on that team, they are not a playoff team at all. At all. If they swap UPL and so it's UPL and Korpisalo the whole year, and then we have Swayman and Lyon, we're probably winning the President's Trophy, and they're probably missing the playoffs. That's probably what's going to happen. Swayman is so good. He plays 60 games a year, 65 games a year, and just shut us down yesterday.
It's crazy to think that he used to be a backup too.
Yeah,
he was behind.
Allmark was great. I mean,
Allmark was great too, but all the Boston fans have a lot of faith in Swayman, and everybody just sees why.
So it's going to be tough. Great game yesterday. Just a few bounces didn't go our way. A few bounces didn't go their way too. And then, Pasta to close it out. What are you going to do about that? So he's dirty. Yeah. It's a gross move. Both of our goalies have been really good on breakaways.
Lyon's been great this series.
You figure one of them was going to go in. We've let up a lot of breakaways, but we stopped them all. So you figure one of them is going to go in. But once again, back to the mindset of Philly. It's 1 out of 2 now.
Yeah.
You got to win 1 of 2. You get 1 at home. And you've already won 2 on the road. So
yeah.
You got to have some confidence going into Boston. And hopefully you can close it out there and get a little bit of rest before you face Tampa or Montreal.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go right over to the West. Let's start right down at the bottom of the bracket. Let's go. Actually, let's start at the top because we have a sweep in here, which we did talk about. So shout out to Kopitar for officially hanging up the skates.
Shout out to Anze Kopitar, the Slovenian legend. It is funny enough that the only 2 professional Slovenian athletes are both superstars, first of all, and are both in the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So shout out to Slovenia, by the way. Shout out to Anze Kopitar, great career, 2-time Cup winner with the Kings. And unfortunately for him, I think he lost in the first round the last 6 years.
Yeah,
his career.
It was tough.
But
he still got the 2 cups. Though.
Great career.
And
great career from Kopitar.
Their peak was the 2010s, so he had that. So I'm glad.
Very true. His number 11 will be.
It'll be in the rafters.
These Crypto.com Arena rafters, probably within the next few years. So shout out to the Kings, but see you next year.
Yeah.
Dallas and Minnesota, the series that you were talking about last night. What a game that was.
What a game.
In Dallas. St. Paul's going to be rocking whenever they play there next. 3-2. Minnesota going back home, up 3-2.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, going to be a good one. What do you think about the Green Team series?
The Green Team series is great. I'm really excited. I think Minnesota gets it done, though, tomorrow. I think that gave them a lot of momentum, last game, and I think that they're going to use it. And I was explaining this to my roommate who doesn't watch hockey. He was like, okay, Gav, like the Sabres are definitely getting it done tonight because they have all the momentum. I'm like, speed, but momentum in hockey is completely different than any other sport. Like momentum
totally different
doesn't
than basketball because
it doesn't really exist. Like it does, but it doesn't exist at the same time. If that makes any sense at all.
No, it does, because even when the Avalanche were up 3-0 in the series, there's still a totally different feeling. It was the same day. Totally different feeling of watching the Colorado-LA game than watching the OKC-Phoenix game.
Yeah.
In basketball. Like the 3-0 difference in those felt so drastic. Like you knew that Phoenix, even if they won Game 4 somehow against OKC, they weren't going to win Game 5.
Yeah.
You knew though, if LA did win Game 4, you never know. They could go on a little bit of run there. So that's all I was saying.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I mean. So when I say momentum, I'm not saying they have everything going for them, but I'm just saying I like them at home. So I'm gonna go with Minnesota to take this one. Actually,
I like that too. They look really good, and it's crazy to think that you go into this series and you're like, oh, Minnesota hasn't done it the last few years. They didn't have Quinn Hughes the last few years. They didn't have Matt Zuccarello for the last few games.
My guy.
He came in and he scored last night at the beginning of the game.
Yes, he did.
Electric. But Minnesota's got some guys on their team. They have a loaded roster, absolutely loaded roster. They have like Tarasenko's on the team, including all the guys that are Kaprizov's still there, Boldy's there, Faber's there, Eriksson X, Zuccarello, the list goes on.
Yeah, it goes.
They're a gross team, and I don't think you realize it really until you
watch
really watch them.
Yeah.
I do think they move on. I think they're going to give Colorado a really good run for their money.
I do too.
And whoever comes out of that Central Division series in the second round, I think will be going and representing the Western Conference.
I do too. So. I completely agree with that take. Let's go down to another great series I think a lot of people were sleeping on.
Yeah.
I think, Vegas and Utah, great series so far, tied up 2-2. We've had some overtime game. And I just think that there's been a little bit more of an underwhelming feel when it's 2-2.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, but I think that the good thing about this series, and I'm glad that it's 2-2 and not 3-1 Utah, even though I do hope Utah wins, is because the birth of this rivalry coming out of the series is amazing.
Yeah.
Some great games, some overtime games in this series. But I will say I do love the Utah owner, Ryan Smith, giving in a free exchange for Vegas Golden Knight fans people who had a Vegas Golden Knight jersey in Utah to go down to the arena and exchange it for free for a Utah Mammoth jersey.
Really?
They did that last week before their first home game. Very cool, right?
It's a great idea.
I mean, they have they're very close to Vegas, so you assume that a lot of people in Utah were either Colorado or Vegas fans before.
It's true.
So great way to get some new fans if they just had a Vegas jersey, just to bring them down and get a Utah jersey, represent the team. So
that's crazy.
I love that. That's another reason why I want Utah to win, and just to see a fresh team. But this series has been great. Hopefully games 5, 6, and maybe 7 will be great as well. Glad to see that barn rocking in Utah.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
That's great.
And I hope they take it.
I do too. Let's go right down to the last of the series of the first round for the NHL. We have the Oilers and the Ducks, and the Oilers got a big scare going down 3-1, but last night just got the W to push it to a Game 6 tomorrow.
Yeah, and you always got hope in the Oilers that they can be the Oilers, and win a game. And they proved that last night. They did similar game to what the Sabres did in their one game. Went up early, very quickly early, 3-0 to start the game, and it kind of buried Anaheim, a young team who hasn't been in the playoffs. That's exactly what you have to do to that kind of team.
Yeah.
They had no chance. I turned that game off and I switched it to basketball after that because I was just
knew.
I was just done with it. So that'll be an interesting game, which is going to be on
tomorrow at 10.
Thursday, at 10 o'clock. So only 2 games tomorrow. Stars Wild, Oilers Ducks still to play, but the Ducks can close it out at home tomorrow. But if the Oilers do win this game, Game 7 back in Edmonton,
I got them all the way.
They probably got to win that game, come back 3-1. That would be a terrible way for the Ducks season to end.
Yeah.
But it would give the Oilers all the momentum to potentially go on another run back to the Cup final.
Yeah, we'll see. That's going to get really interesting, whoever comes out of that one, because I think whoever comes out of that one will be either Vegas or Utah.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I agree. I think Anaheim's been...
Because if Anaheim gets her, they'll have enough confidence in themselves, but they don't care how young they are.
Yeah, that
makes sense.
Oh, yeah. If you win a series, I think...
Especially against Edmonton?
Anything. Oh, yeah.
McJesus? Like, you beat McJesus, you're like, all right, we could beat anybody. Like,
they could break up that duo.
Yeah.
If potentially if the next game goes awry in Anaheim for them. Going to be interesting there.
Yeah.
Quickly before we move on to the NBA, I want one team out of the East, one team out of the West. Right now, after a week and a half of these games, the UC representing both conferences.
Give me Montreal. I'm still sticking with them. And give me Minnesota. I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
Wow.
I like those two.
I think I had Dallas and I had Carolina again.
I had Edmonton and I think Montreal. So I'm sticking with Montreal. I like them a lot.
I'm going to go with Carolina to get back there to the Cup final.
Oh, wait, no. I think I did take Carolina. You're right. That actually just reminded me.
Go with what you want to
go.
go.
I'm going with Montreal now.
Now you're going with Montreal?
But I'm saying I did go with Carolina.
I'm going with Carolina because I know for sure they can beat Pittsburgh or Philly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a free.
It might be another 4-0, honestly.
I think it will be.
And I think that having, the rest isn't great, but having this much rest before you get to the most intense 2 series of the playoffs would really help, especially whatever team comes out of that Atlantic, one of the 4 that ends up being.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be an advantage for Carolina there, which would help them get to the Cup final. So I'm going to say Carolina out of the East. You got Montreal. You got Minnesota out of the West.
I do.
I think I'm going to agree with you. I think I am going to agree with you. I think that Colorado with the rest, I know I just argued that the rest will help Carolina, but I think that's because they're playing worse opponents.
Yeah, it is.
When you have the rest, and then Minnesota's going to be playing, games
against
a really good team.
Yeah.
Coming up against you, then I think that's going to backfire, especially early in the series in
yeah.
Denver. So I think Minnesota comes out of the West too. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's switch it over now. If you're not an NBA fan, aka Scotty, thanks for joining. Have a day.
Have a day.
And now let's go over to the NBA right now, which I think we'll just start right in the West because we have the one and only sweep with the Thunder beating the Suns.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot to say. I'm just not surprised.
I'm not surprised either. Devin Booker was not surprised either after the game. He said they had the game plan or the script or whatever. Shea said something before the series about they have the game plan or mid-season or something to sweep teams in the first round.
Wow.
Basically, that's what he said. And then Devin Booker kept the quote apparently in his head, and he said at the press conference, he's like, yeah, they did have the game plan. That's how we opened it. So
wow.
Another year for the Suns, a disappointing year after, honestly, it was not a disappointing year. It was a good year for them after getting rid of Kevin Durant and kind of retooling the team with Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
Some great pieces coming in there. Obviously not championship level pieces, but it's a shell. It's a shell of something that could be great back again in Phoenix. So go back to the drawing board for Phoenix and let's see what they can do. But OKC, yes, moving on to the second round once again.
Yeah.
Dominant.
Yeah, it was very dominant. Speaking about dominant, I think let's just jump down. Let's go talk about the Spurs, the other team that's in the next round. The whole NBA, only those 2 teams are in the next round right now. They beat up on the Blazers. The Blazers did steal one.
Yeah, they did.
It was a weird game.
It was the game that Wemby was out.
Wemby out, yeah.
It was Wemby went out with the concussion early in that game, forced the series to be 1-1 at that point. They took the second game in San Antonio. When Wemby came back, though, it was a whole different story.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, crazy's right. Just the difference that he makes on the court. 6 blocks last night in the game. He's literally an alien.
He's phenomenal.
He's literally an alien. He's phenomenal. He's a great talent to watch. He's just entertaining TV.
Yeah.
Like that's all I can say. It's great that they're moving on. I like watching the Spurs, and let me tell you, we're in for a treat for the next series. Whoever it may be. I know that the Timberwolves are battling those injuries, but it's either going to be, the Timberwolves with maybe Ant on one leg,
hopefully,
which could still be a good matchup, I think, with the young Spurs team.
Yeah.
Or the Nuggets red hot against the Spurs, which is maybe the matchup I would like to see.
Yeah. Wemby versus Jokic would be cool.
Yeah. You want to?
I mean, I just agree. Yeah. I mean, I really had nothing too much to say. I think we can definitely transition to that series, though, which has been great and surprising at the same time. That game without Ant, they rallied and they beat them pretty good, too.
Yeah, and there was a little scuffle.
There's a little scuffle at the end. A little missing underwear, too.
Shout out to Dante DiVincenzo. Get well soon.
Yeah, obviously, that sucks, man.
Curse of the Zero is terrible to see.
It's not great.
Hit another person. Honestly, though, really, really terrible for the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And then Ant obviously going out with his leg injury, which he's going to be out for a little bit, right?
Couple weeks.
Yeah, so that something to monitor there for the Timberwolves. Obviously, without your best player, Julius Randle's going to have to step into a big role here. And the other guys have stepped up on their team, but
yeah, Rudy stepped up a little bit too.
They have to win one more game in this series to really close it out. Jokic and Murray are feeling good, and that's a scary sight for NBA fans, and especially for Spurs fans. Seeing that. It's kind of a similar situation in a way to Colorado, Minnesota, and Dallas.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay, yeah.
Where it's, the rest might not help the Spurs.
Okay.
But it might because Wemby is a little banged up. I don't know. It's going to be a good series nonetheless, whoever that ends up being.
Yeah, it will be.
Lakers, Rockets.
Wow. Commanding 3-0 lead for LA. Was not expecting that.
Neither of us expected that at all.
I mean, Houston stole one. We'll see if they can try to find their way to climb back. But it's looking like Austin Reeves might play tonight.
Yeah.
So what happens now? That's I'm gonna open that with you. Let's
what happens now is, obviously LA back at home. They've been great at home.
They have.
I think they close it out. I
you
think
do.
Another game maybe without Kevin Durant.
I don't think he's playing tonight either.
It's going to be tough for them to win 2 in a row without him.
What's going on with him? I'm so confused.
I don't know.
Nobody's talking about his injury. They're saying he's out. And I'm like, what's going on with the guy?
I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
But it just nonetheless, it seems like that relationship is once again Kevin Durant driven trade. It's like it's a weird situation. It's going to be a tough test for whoever gets out of this to play the Thunder.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
If the Lakers do get a little bit more rest, you could see a world where the Lakers do push this series and potentially take over the Thunder. If Luka and
they all
Reeves,
come back, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If they get some rest and win this game, and Reeves balls out in this game, even with a little bit of injuries, LeBron's been playing great.
He has been playing great.
And the other Luke Kennard stepped up for the team.
Yeah.
They've had guys that have stepped up as they needed to without their best player.
Yeah.
It's scary for the Lakers.
I think in this playoffs, there's a big thing that you have to do. It's not only a gut check, but it's also realizing that some of these teams shouldn't be where they are. Okay, we're seeing teams get healthy right now, specifically in the East. The bottom 2 teams are really coming together right now, which is scary. And that's something that the Lakers can prove too. If they get healthy, who knows where that series can go? Who knows?
All I'm saying is I think for basketball is the best possible series that we can see in the West side is OKC versus the Lakers with the healthy Luka, Reeves, team. LeBron, and then the Nuggets playing the Spurs just because of the health factor.
Yeah.
And honestly, those are the 4 best teams.
Those
in the
are.
West. I know they're the top four seeds, but they've proven it in this series, I think, too.
They do.
I know the Nuggets are down. I know the Nuggets are down, but I still have faith in them to win the series. And I would be saying the Timberwolves are right in that conversation if Ant was healthy, but he's not.
But he's not,
So I think right now those are the 4 best teams in the West, and I would love to see those teams play each other.
I agree. Even though
move on to the East.
Yeah.
If you're good with that.
No, yeah, I'm good with that.
We'll start at the top with the Orlando Magic. Hey, Orlando Magic. Up 3-1 against the Detroit Pistons.
They just needed to get healthy.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. They just needed to get healthy. And this is the team that they were supposed to be all year.
I do want to point something out that I love. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not to you or whoever, or I just saw it. But Jamal Mosley, the coach, obviously after the regular season and into the play-in, was on the hot seat.
He was, he was.
Very much on the hot seat, and they were saying he was losing the locker room, whatever. And you know what? Playoffs might cloud over that for a little bit. It might smooth that over just for the time being for the one common goal of winning an NBA championship. I understand that, and everything might go back to being that way after everything's done. But I do think he saved his job with one thing. He canceled their one film session before, I think, game 3, or maybe it was game 1 of the series after the plan, and just played his players' college highlights.
Oh, really?
He said, "This is who you are. This is who you are." I think it might have been after they lost to the Sixers.
Okay.
Maybe it was after then. But he showed their college highlights. He showed Suggs at Gonzaga. He showed Wagner at Michigan. He showed Banchero at
I watched live. I watched Banchero play in Cuse.
He showed all their guys and who they are and what they were, and they're better players now.
Yeah.
So I think that just really got to them maybe, and I think that's what maybe built them back up. A lot of great college players on that team. Anthony Black too.
Wow.
some great college players. So
They do.
I think that was a great move by him, just a little thing, maybe to bring the team together, maybe give them a little bit of juice early in the series. But let me just say this for the Pistons. It was the concern that we had going in was the secondary scoring. They don't have it. It's Cade Cunningham and then who else?
I also have a really good comp for this one. And let me know if you agree or disagree. 3 years ago, we saw the OKC Thunder be the number 1 seed. I think it's the exact same thing. I think the Pistons are 1 year out from truly making a shake in this league. I think the inexperience is killing them right now.
I will say this, though. The OKC Thunder did sweep in that first round that year.
They did, but it was like I don't even remember who it was against, but it was a joke, I think.
I think it was the New Orleans Pelicans.
I think it was the Pelicans, and it was a joke of a series.
It was.
But then I think they played the Nuggets after.
It might have been the Phoenix Suns again. It was one of those two teams, but nonetheless.
But I know the next series they lost in the second round.
Right.
And I just think
they
that
lost to the Timberwolves.
I think they
Or
did.
the Nuggets.
One of the two.
All right. Or the Mavs. Might have been the Mavs.
Might have been Mavs. Might have been.
You guys played them in the finals.
We did play them in the finals. Yeah. I think you're right. And like I said, I just think they're 1 year away from truly shaking up the league. So I think even if the Pistons somehow come back from 3-1, I don't think they're beating either the Cavs or the Raptors. So I will say, be scared for the Magic because this wouldn't be the first 8 seed that makes some noise in the East because we saw it just a couple years ago.
Yeah, we just saw it a couple years ago with the Miami Heat going on to push to Game 5 in the NBA Finals against the Denver Nuggets. But I want to talk about the series that you touched on a little bit, the Cavs and Raptors.
Yeah.
Two teams that, everybody's going back and forth on them, not believing in them, whatever. These are two great teams, and they're battling right now, butting heads with each other. I love the Raptors coach. He's amazing. But this series might go the distance.
I think it might too. I mean, I didn't think the Raptors were going to contend in it. All of a sudden, we're seeing some serious fight from
gave
Toronto.
them juice.
Yeah,
that crowd was awesome.
They were great. So I think that really helped them out, and I think they'll use that as momentum to try to steal Game 3 in Cleveland. Game 6 they're going to try taking back Game 5 in Cleveland, and then hopefully try to end it on their home court.
I think the Raptors are another great example of the modern NBA team that just works. It's that team that just has guys who can just score the ball.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's what the Pistons lack. I mean, the best thing that the Pistons have is their defense, and they've been playing terrible defense. I mean, Jalen Duren is getting bullied down there. So I love that those teams, and the Cavs are kind of that way too. It's that mold of a team, and the Magic are the same way. You have 4 guys that every night 2 of them can go off, and the other 2 can just be the secondary scorers, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's okay.
So it's like I feel like the Raptors and the Cavs have a good formula to get to the conference finals, but I will say those 4 teams in the bottom half, I think are just maybe a little bit better than that top half. I think right now.
I agree.
So
100%. And let's move on to the next matchup. The Knicks and Hawks. This is I'm not saying it was. This is a weird series right now. I mean,
Knicks dominated last night. 30-point win. Really wasn't a game.
No, not at all.
It felt weird.
It was over by halftime.
Yeah, you knew that the Hawks, I mean, they've been so competitive, and they are so competitive, and I still believe in them to go win Game 6 and potentially anything can happen in Game 7.
Yeah.
So I still like the Atlanta Hawks to maybe push this series to 7 games, but
I would. Yeah,
another situation where you're seeing the team that just has more scorers beating the other team.
Yeah.
The New York Knicks have 5 guys who can go out there and score you 15 points a game if they really wanted to. The Hawks just don't have that yet.
Yeah.
So I think with that, I think the Hawks are going to be eliminated, but I think this is a great jumping off point for them next year.
I do too. I think the Knicks finish it up tomorrow night at home. Or sorry. No, it's on the road. It's on the road. Yeah. Sorry. It's in Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta has just enough in them. I think they did all they could. And, taking 2 games was one hell of a great fight. I just think that it ends here for Atlanta. Unfortunately, I don't want it to. I want them to 4-7 at least. But it was a great series, though. I thought it was going to be much worse.
Yeah, I hope they take Game 6, but I agree with you. I think the Knicks take it either way in Game 6 or Game 7. So let's move on to your series here. The Boston Celtics taking on the rival Philadelphia 76ers in another weird series where Joel Embiid went out with an injury, appendectomy, and was yesterday's first game that he played. Second, so he played Game 1, right?
No, he was out Game 1 and 2 and 3. Played Game 4.
Oh, he played Game 4.
And he played Game 5.
So played Game 4 and 5. This game was a Joel Embiid game. It was a great game from him. And you know what? I texted you before the game. I asked who was going to play well for the Celtics, and you called it. Those two, JT and JB, both did what they did.
Yeah, they tried.
Right.
It's hard.
It's one of those games that you had it, and you can feel. I get it because it happened yesterday to us. So it's you had the momentum, and it's you lose it, and you're just trying to grab it, and you're like, it's right there.
Yeah,
it's right there. And
yeah.
you're just at the end of the rope the whole time, and at the end of the game, it just slips out of your hand, and there it is. But I will say this for both of us, and before I let you get into your spiel.
Yeah.
Both up 3-2. We're both in the same spot. And they're still great team. It's literally, we're in the 2 versus 7 matchup. Both lost at home yesterday in a game that we both thought we might close it out.
Should have.
Maybe should have. Yeah, but nonetheless, going to game 6. I still like you guys to win this series, though.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. I think that I'd like us to win the series. But I think there's a gut check from this Boston Celtics team. I don't care who the hell you're playing, okay? You have to go out there with some hot piss, and that was not what they did. And I love my Boston Celtics. I love them more than anything in this world. They're the best. Freaking love them. I hate playing, winning or losing based on three-pointers. I'm so sick of it. And I know we have some great three-point shooters, but we live and die by the three, and it's super frustrating. And I want to call out one person individually that I have been pissed off about this entire series, and it's Derek White. I've never seen Derek White play a worst 5 games of his life. He is shooting 29.8% from just the regular field, let
alone
alone
not Derek White.
21.2% from 3, and only averaging 8.2 points per game.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Real quick? I think it's the same kind of. Obviously, the Celtics are like them and the Thunder, the epitome of this kind of thing that I'm talking about with the group of people that can score.
Yeah.
Derek White's in that group, and he has not been playing well. So when you live and die by the 3 as well, and then those guys just don't hit the shots like they didn't yesterday for some. Like Pritchard did not have his best game.
No, I mean he didn't play bad, but he didn't have that game 5 that we saw.
But he's one of those guys that we need to get going.
Coming, yeah.
As well as the 2 guys that are going, and he has been. He's been great. But he's got to be more consistently great to win.
Yeah.
To win.
And I also think it's also they have way more energy when they are just playing away. I don't know why they hate winning in front of their home court. Past couple of years, they've kind of had it where it's like this, where they go on the road warriors, and they come back home to try to finish off the series, and then you lose.
Yeah.
And the most disgusting thing that happened yesterday. Shout out to Tim Bontemps, Bonaventure grad, for giving us this stat. Boston missed its last 14 shots in a row, not including the missed free throw from Jason Tatum. That's the longest streak to end a playoff game since 2005.
Jesus.
Yeah, like that bad of an
Shout
ending.
out to Tim.
And we had 94 points with I forgot how much time left. I think it was like 7 minutes left, and we ended with 97 points.
I kept checking the score. I mean, at one point, I think you guys were up 84-78 or something like that. And then all of a sudden, I checked, they were up 85-84, and after that, it was kind of just the run.
That was bad.
So it happens though. You flame out sometimes in some games, and you know that you play a good 3 quarters. Sometimes it's gonna flame out in that 4th, but
yeah,
you just got to come back in the next game. And
I think Game 6 is a must-win.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, because I know that Maxey and Embiid love playing in Boston. So I don't want them coming back to Boston. I need them to go out and win this in Philly. Plus, let alone, I know last night, if we could have got it done, that would have been huge. You want to know why? Because rest.
Yeah.
That's something that some of these guys could have used. And seeing New York also be in the same exact position, we both play tomorrow night, an hour apart. We both have a chance to end the series. And if we both do, then we're probably just going to start in 3 days. I would have liked an extra day, maybe for the guys to go study some film on this Knicks team that's really solid and I think really can make some noise. And I honestly do believe whoever comes out of these 2 series, I think they go to the finals. I think whether it's, I'll include the 76ers, especially because Joel Embiid's officially back. And, their starting 5 is disgusting. That's something that we don't talk about enough. I mean, you have VJ Edgecombe, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, I'm gonna throw Kelly Oubre in there
He's
for
been
some
great
respect.
in the corner three. He didn't play great yesterday, but I mean he has had a good series.
Yeah, and defensively he has great. And then you have Joel Embiid, and then you still have like Andre Drummond coming off the bench.
Quentin Grimes been great.
He was phenomenal last night.
Yeah.
And then you have.
You said Tyrese Maxey, right?
I did, yeah. I said Tyrese Maxey, and then even like someone like Boda. Boda's been playing pretty good. And
they have
a good team.
They've just been hurt the whole year.
And they were just hurt.
I mean, Paul George had that suspension that for 25 games, so he was out for a fourth of the year, more than a third of the year, whatever that is. So shout out to the J School. I'm not sure what math is, but before we go, let's do what we did for the NHL.
Yeah.
One team on the West, one team on the East. I want to hear what you got to say first.
I still like Spurs Celtics. I'm gonna stick to what I have from last time. I still like it, especially. I think the Spurs needed a loss. Wemby needed a loss. I know he didn't get to play the game, but he needed a loss in his system because this was his first playoff series. He had to get a loss in there. And I still like the Celtics. I think it was just a gut check game. And it's a rivalry game, so we always talk. In every single sport, rivalry games are really tough, even in the playoffs. So games are going to fall here and there. I still think that the Celtics can outbeat the Knicks, which would lead to my theory for whoever makes it out of these two series go to the finals. So I still have Spurs and I still have Celtics.
Yeah, last week I think I said Thunder in Celtics.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think right now I have to stick with it just because I definitely like the Thunder out of the West still. And now I even like them even more with Wemby having a little bit of a concussion. You know, you never know how that could linger. And, you know, the Lakers, that does make me feel a little bit worse about the Thunder, but you know, I still feel good about them, even with a hobbling Luka coming back, maybe a hobbling Reeves, maybe a little bit, but whatever. On the East, I think I still have the Celtics because I just honestly don't know who to pick right now. Besides them,
it's a fair question.
I want to go with the Knicks, I really do, but they just haven't looked like a championship team. Besides last night,
they did. Last night they did.
The Hawks are a great defensive team, though. It's a great test for them early in the playoffs. So I think the biggest test for me is once again that second round series against potentially the Celtics or 76ers, whoever it may be, if the Knicks win. That's going to be a test to see, I think, maybe who gets there. But honestly, I feel like this is one of those years once again where you could see an Orlando Magic make a run just because of the matchups that they might have. Yeah. If you get a Magic, and when you get to the conference finals,
it's anybody's game.
It's really anybody's game. So I don't know. I think it is anybody, but just for the sake of picking somebody, I'll just stick with my pick and go with Thunder and Celtics.
Yeah. All right. Well, that will wrap us up here today. We just covered a lot. Hopefully you guys are ecstatic. I mean, let us know in the comments who you have in your finals matchups for both leagues. And if we forgot anybody that we're talking about the draft, leave a couple names down there. What you guys thought,
definitely missed some people. We flew through it. Obviously, we don't want to. We're already an hour in, so we want to. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're here, if you're still here, comment, have a day.
Yeah.
And let us know what your favorite part of the episode was. But thank you guys for listening. Touched on some great stuff today. We'll be back next week with some more recaps of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talking about whatever. Let us know if you want to hear anything specific too. Thank you guys, and as always, Gab, you got anything?
Have a day.
Have a day.